Hello everyone, and welcome to my solo RPG journal. Today we are playing Age of Fantasy Skirmish, the campaign game. I believe it is Game 6, but it is Mission 3, Game 2, which, should make it Game 6. That makes perfect sense. In the previous match, we saw Litwin's scouts face off against Chevel's troop. With Chevel's troop coming out on top after a very close game, reasonably close game. And today we are seeing Klara's Horde face off against the Ortan Expedition. So that should be good fun. We've got a couple of reasonably. The Klara's Horde has a bit of an advantage in points on the Ortan Expedition. So we'll see how that goes, and quite a few more models, but none of them, there is no ranged capacity in either of these lists, so it's all going to... Oh, that's not true. I think that I gave a couple of the units on the Ortan Expedition guns. So 12-inch handgun kind of thing. So that's going to be an interesting little matchup. Have I done anything with the lists? I don't think the lists have changed. I did, since the last game, I did give Klara, the Vampire Lord, Wizard 1. Upgrading her, bringing the list to be worth 200 points. So I basically put all the points into her after buying that second unit of ghouls. The Ortan Expedition. So Roshek, the Iron Warrior, is now a sergeant, and when he leveled up, he gained Headstrong, which gives him a +1 to morale checks. But otherwise, yes, I've also upgraded him and Ortan, Edric Ortan, the engineer, with 2 fire pistols each. So they both have two 12-inch shots. The Iron Warrior actually has AP2 instead of AP1, which is interesting, but that's how the lists work. So we've skipped deployment again, and we have the armies arranged as follows. Well, and the objectives. First objective is in the forest. Second objective is just outside the forest next to the rock. And the third is in this hedge ring. Objective 4 is here, just outside this, just outside the dwarf deployment zone. I need to work out what these are called. I know I should know what they're called, but no idea. Anyway, little barricade there. Another one next to some rocks next to the road, and the last one, objective 6, is here right between the road and these rocks. Klara has deployed on the side of the house with the majority of her force lined up, ready to go into the forest, capturing these 2 objectives, with the spear skeletons ready to capture this objective. Ortan has set up on the right side of the board as well, because I'm thinking of the farmhouse side as the top of the board. Ready to capture this. He has the 2 hand pistols as well, so he will be able to... seeing how Klara was deploying, the thought was, all right, well, we'll take advantage of the weaker side and then move across, but leave the other fire support here, ready to hold this objective and help deal with them. So the rest of the dwarves are set up between the 2 gun-toting dwarves, and they are ready to act as necessary. So Klara goes first. First of all, we've got some objectives as well. They've both got special objectives. Klara's special objective is Mastery, which is to hold every objective on the board. So that's going to be interesting. The Ortan Expedition special objective is Recover, or Tan Expedition's special objective is Recovery. So they want to be the first player to recover someone from stun. So someone needs to get stunned, and then they need to recover, and that needs to happen before someone on Klara's side. Ooh. So, we also have mission cards for everyone. So, Total Dominance, which is, again, Mastery was to have a unit on, maybe end the game, but you need to have a unit in every quadrant of the board at the same time. Total Dominance was holding every objective marker at once, and it's worth 5 victory points. Cut them down. We saw this in the last game. Basically, remove units from the board. Can be scored for 1 unit, 3 units, or 6 units, I think. Sees 6, so it can't score it for 6 units. I'd only be able to score it for 1 or 3. Sees 6 sees objective marker 6, which is right next to. Yeah, it's not looking likely. Of course, we've drawn the objective markers at the beginning of round 1, so the objectives at the beginning of round 1, before we knew where everyone had deployed. The Ortan Expedition has Seas 4 twice, because there are 2 Seas 4s in the deck. And they also have On the March, which is to make sure that everyone moves off. So, Objective 4 is this one. That's easy. Everyone moves outside of their deployment zone. And Objective 6 is this one. So, Klara's got to take this objective. And Ortan's got to take this objective, so it's going to be a lot easier for the dwarves at the beginning of the game. Now, before we roll, we need to roll to see if special random things happen. Not for Klara, and not for Ortan. So it is Klara starting the game. Now, given we've got he's got a 12-inch range, and he has, they've got the slow rule. The slow rule, special rules, slow move for advance 8. So 16 inches is what he'll be able to shoot. So he's only going to be able to shoot to like here. So we might let these guys advance. Let's yep. To actually move the full 6 inches up. This will at least secure the objective for this turn, and we're going to have to look at how to deal with his guns in the next turn. So it's sort of a delaying move because we're not really committing to anything on these other fronts yet, and we're not doing anything that's particularly dangerous. So Ortan's going to do the same thing. He's going to move this up 1 inch. In fact, you're going to move it to here to make it very clear he is outside. It is outside of the objective, the deployment zone, so that we can look at scoring that thing. But we are also close enough to the objective that we will be able to score it and hopefully get some shots off at anyone that comes through in the following round. We're not expecting anyone to actually make it through the forest. So the forests are rough terrain, so I think that that's half movement. Terrain rules. Open terrain, impassable terrain, cover terrain, difficult terrain, slows a model. Any model in a unit that moves in or through difficult terrain at any point of its may not move more than 6 inches in that movement. That's interesting. Because that's an interesting worded rule, because it means a few different things. Like these guys moving into the forest can only move 6 inches, as opposed to moving full and then half. Next turn for Klara, it's going to be something similar. We're going to move... I'm not going to move the full 12 inches in the advanced rush, whatever they're called, but we're going to move to this point, I think. So if I wanted to... Ooh, okay. The difficulty we're getting... But he's only got 12 inches of range, actually. Oh, no, they can't move into the forest anyway, because if they move into the forest, they can't move more than 6 inches. They would have moved more than 6 inches to get in. So they can't actually go any further than that. Let's move them up a tiny bit. Yeah, the thing we were just talking about with the interesting wording. Can't move any further than that. That's interesting. Okay. So that also means that crossing this will count it as climbing, I guess, and so we just subtract an inch of movement. What? No. Why am I in build mode? That's not what I want. Click the right button on your keyboard. Jeez. So knowing that we don't have anything, I'm going to whatever the 8-inch move is, except I'm not moving the full 8 inches. I'm just going to get to here. So, seeing this, these guys can only move 6 inches. We have another close combat dwarf. Also doing the 8-inch move, but only getting to here. Now we can get... We've got this objective over here which we need to take at some point in order to start gaining victory points. Or we just need to start killing things. But we're also, yeah, we're facing a bit of difficulty. We're going to face a bit of difficulty there, so I'm going to move. That's 12 or a little bit less, so... These three to here. which point you're going to rush to here, just to the other side. So that's counting. It was 6 up to the thing, 7, 8 to get over. Even though that's such a short thing. Alright, so last thing for Klara is to move Klara herself. Who is only moving the 6 inches to here. And so the last one to move is going to be Ortan, who is going to, again, sacrifice an inch of movement to get over here. And as we looked at before, he's double moved, so he can't shoot. So, checking objectives. Objective 6 belongs to the dwarves. I'm not sure what color we were using for them before. We'll go blue and purple. Brown and purple. This one is held by... I don't want to make that unique. What am I doing? We have this held by the Undead. This one held by the Undead. And this one held by the Undead. Yep. So, looking at scoring objectives... Total dominance, cut them down. C6, have not looked at any of those. So Klara's behind already as C4 is scored on round 1 for 1 victory point by the Ortan Expedition. And again, you can only score 1 victory, 1 objective per round. But they are also able to score on the march and seize 4 again whenever they're ready. So that brings them to that brings us to round 2. So Klara goes first, as Ortan was the last one to activate. And we are going to see... Yep, the spearmen are just going to jump in and charge. They're going to make it 11 inches. They're making it basically close enough. And they're just all going to pile on and attack Ortan. So, 3 attacks hitting on 5s. 1 hit. So yeah, 3 attacks, spear, skeletons with the spear hit on 5s. 3 attacks, he's got 1 hit, he's got a defensive 3. Which he doesn't make, but he is going to use an underdog point to bump up his roll so that he does make that. He is then going to attack, 3 attacks AP 2. Okay, so he has a quality of 3, I think. So I do believe that they all hit, and they've got to make saves on 5s. Okay, so 2 of them go down. Basically. And they will... The last remaining one will retreat. So I'm going to drop in some dice as markers. Now, Ortan is going to go, all right, I'm finishing the job here. Come in and attack. Because he has already attacked, he hits only on 6s. So he hits once. And I believe it's actually a 6 that he's got to save on, which was lucky that the other one did. 3, that's not a save. So he's got 1 wound. He has to roll for wound effects. 5. Oh, I think that's a 6. Check for wounds. On a 6, you are knocked out. So that unit is done. Ortan then gets to consolidate 3 inches, which he will do in this direction. Now he has both attacked and activated. Okay, and so I think I'm just going to throw these dice away. And it becomes Klara's turn. Ooh. Okay. Alright, so these guys are going to jump in. He has to consolidate up to 1 inch in order to allow the fight to happen. And these guys are going to attack him, Ortan, now. So they've got 3 hits that hit on 5s. And they all miss. And he's going to attack back, only hitting on 6s. He gets 1 hit. They have a 5-up save, which they... Oh, it's a 6-up save because what his weapon is, which they fail. And so they will retreat 1 inch. I'm going to move him a little bit further because he needs to get 1 inch away, and they need to maintain coherency. And that means that they have attacked. Yeah, the that hero unit's going the distance and being the MVP there. Okay. Next is Ortan's go, and so this model, which is Hildred, is going to rush 8 inches, or 7 inches, because she can't get to here, in order to... Yep, that is just within 3 inches. Take that objective. Bringing us to Klara's turn. And these ghouls now are coming around. And again, he has to consolidate up to an inch in order to allow the combat to happen. And so these guys actually have 6 attacks, or 2 attacks each. Hit on 5s, I believe. Oh no! So I was hoping to roll some 6s, because they explode on 6s, but they've only got the 1 hit, which he's going to save without problems. And then come at them again for 3 attacks, only hitting on 6s. 1 goes through, which they have to save, which they don't. So Klara is bleeding models here against Ortan. So these guys will move back an inch. And we'll mark him as done and having attacked. And now, because they've attacked, this one, Ethelwyd, is able to charge 6, 7, charge the ghouls. Now, Ethelwyd is a veteran. She has 1 attack that is AP2. So she misses. She had a quality of 3. She misses on that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just use this so that it hits, bringing the attack up to a 3, and they've got to save on, I believe, a 5, which they don't. So she wipes yet another ghoul off the board, and then retreats. One inch. Hang on a second. Are their bases not 1 inch? 1 inch? Oh, their bases aren't 1 inch. I've been measuring stuff wrong. There you go. Whoops. So, oh, hang on. He gets an attack back. I didn't do the attack back. He gets to attack back. Hits on 6s, only on 6s. He does not hit, so she is tapped out of that. It is now Klara's turn. Again, she's got 2 models left to activate. So she's going to bring ghouls up 6 inches, because she can't move any further than 6 inches. We will say that they are now out of the forest, as they are just passing the last tree. And they are not able to move any further. Chuck a activation token down on them, or a D12, otherwise known as a D12. Now this combat, what's her name? Althid is going to rush towards this combat, wanting to join in on wiping out all of these undead. It also puts her in a position to go for this objective marker. Oh, hang on, did I I never drew a different objective for the Ortan Expedition, which I should have. 56. Arcane Channeling. Successfully cast or block one magic spell. So they don't have any wizards, so we're going to roll that again. 65. Big Game Hunter cannot complete this because they don't have Tough 6 thing. So 23 is Seas 3. So that's actually great. That's exactly what they've happened to do. So it was 23, Seas 3. So they've now got 4 objectives that they can currently hold. All right. So that then, she is activated. She has not fought. They have activated, they have not fought. So it is Klara's turn. And she is going to do the only thing that she can do and move 6 inches towards that guy. And let's measure. Okay. So she doesn't have line of sight. I think that she should have to have line of sight of him in order to cast a spell at him. So she's instead going to cast something. We're gonna cast Invocation. She's a wizard 1. So on a 4 up, the ghouls next to her will get regeneration until the next time it is wounded. Oh. So that doesn't work. And it is the last model activated that needs to be activated this turn. Wow, those ghouls have a really low profile. He can't even see them. In fact, they're out of range. Yeah, he's just going to stay there happily, waiting for them to come at him. So he's holding, and we're leaving it at that. So she could charge him, but they won't be able to charge him next turn, which is the important thing there. So, at this point, this changes hands. And all the other objectives stay the same. And we need to just look at scoring some objectives. So, Klara is going to discard Total Dominance because that's never going to happen. She cannot claim C6 or touch or cut them down. Oh, I forgot random stuff. We'll just move on to the next turn. Oh, maybe I didn't forget and they rolled. I can't remember now. I cannot remember at all. I probably forgot. Now, Ortan is able to claim any of these, so he's going to claim Seas 3 because he actually did that this turn. So he's now got 2 points, and it's important to note that Ortan knocked out. It knocked out the Spearman. On round 2. And otherwise, nothing else has really happened. So, it's now time to just go to round 3. So the first thing to do, of course, is get rid of all of these dice. Second thing is to roll random. We'll roll for Klara first, because she goes first. 2, so nothing, and rolling for Ortan. 3, no random events. Now, they both need to draw a new objective, so Klara is going to draw 52, which she doesn't have yet. She's got 53. 52 is charge. Destroy 1 enemy unit in melee. Or destroy 3 enemy units in melee. Maybe we'll be able to get this one. Now, Ortan also needs to draw something, so he draws 66. Oh, okay. 66, which is take no prisoners. Win a melee by 3 or more wounds. Which is a little bit harder to do because you've actually got to deal 3 or more wounds in a melee fight. So, it's Klara's go first. Klara is the first to act. Okay. So the first thing that she's going to do... Let's look at the wizard spells. Deadly Gaze target takes 1 hit with AP 4, Deadly 3. That might be the go. Okay. Hang on, how many wounds has he got? He's only got 1 wound. He doesn't have tough. Target friendly unit may immediately charge by up to 6 inches and gets +1 to hit for that melee. Ooh, I could actually swamp him with ghouls. Curse. Target enemy unit takes a morale test. If failed, it takes 1 automatic hit per model. So he'd still have to roll wounds. So I can do Spectral Wind, and his save becomes 5 up, and it's 2 hits. As opposed to 1 hit that's deadly 3. Oh, but you roll 3 wounds. Yeah, we're going to try Deadly Gaze on him. So, she's going to move to here. And then cast Deadly Gaze. So, hitting on a 4... or casting the spell on a 4 or more, she fails. She fails to cast, and that is her go. That's her activation, and she's basically done. Now, the Iron Warrior has 2 shots at her, hitting on 3s, AP 2. So he's going to just take those straight away. Both of them hit, so she has to make 2 saves, AP 2. I have to check what that actually is. She's got a quality of 3, so AP 2 is 5s. Oh, she rolled 2 1s. She straight up just takes 2 wounds. She hasn't taken any of this thing. That's from last game that I haven't cleaned up. Let's just make sure I didn't do that with... I have done that with Ortan as well. I'll just go through the dwarves really quickly. Yeah, I've cleaned up everyone except Ortan and Klara. Okay, so he has activated and shot. Which is good because he's now going to get rushed by these ghouls. So they're going to move 10 inches because they're moving over 2 fences. So they're getting pretty close, but they're not quite there yet. And because he's on these crates, they'll actually be able to climb up and get to him. They won't be able to move through whatever that barricade is, but that's sort of it. So coming back here, Ortan is just going to step in here and split attacks, which means that Klara gets to decide. I decide as Klara who receives those attacks. Do I do that first? Shooting, movement, melee. Target picks how. Let's read the more detailed rules. Melee. Area striking. When striking in melee with multiple attacks, models may split their attacks as evenly as possible between all enemy units within 3 inches of a single model, with all the defending player picking which models are targeted. So look, I could be smart as Klara and say that 2 of them go here and 2 of them go in here. I will do that here, but I'm going to go 1 each per model. So they both hit. They've got saves on 5s. Neither of them make that, so one of the models comes off the board, and the other one needs to make a wound check, which it fails. So it just comes straight off the board. And the other one, I believe he hits on a 3. Yep, Ortan hits on a 3. So it saves on a 6, I want to say. But a 4 definitely won't do it. So it did save on a 5. It fails that. It doesn't currently have any wounds. So let's make a wound check for it. It is stunned. And Ortan will move back 1 inch. It is now... hang on, let me say that he's fought. It's Klara's go, so Klara's just going to activate him straight away. So he is no longer just standing there. He's no longer stunned. And the next... dwarf activation, so he's activated, can be this one. She's going to charge him, make it through that little bit of terrain because it's less than 6 inches. She's got 1 attack hitting on a 3. 4, I just double checked that is correct, that she is hitting on a 3. They are all hitting on 3s. Yeah, so that hits on a 3. He's got a defense of 5. He does not make that, so he's got to roll a wound check. That's 4, so he's stunned again. with 2 wounds. And she will retreat an inch and mark that she has fought and activated. Klara doesn't have any more units to activate. So, it's just the next dwarf activation. And we're going to see, what are the dwarf objectives at the moment? Take no prisoners, on the march, seize 4. So they're just going to score something this turn. So this one's just going to come in, charge in here. I don't need that. She counts as having fought. This is coming off the board. And she's then going to consolidate 3 inches in this direction, heading for that next objective. The last model to activate is going to charge Klara. She gets 6 inches. Klara will move in 1 to accommodate her. She is going to... She is the... Where are we? Where are we? What am I doing? Althalid, the elite. She has 2 attacks, hitting on an AP2. Hitting on a 3, I think. So one of them hits. Now, it's AP2, so Klara will make it on a 5. She saves. And so she is going to attack back with 4 attacks. And she hits on something, I'm not sure what. She hits on 3s. So that's 3 hits. They're just hand weapons, but apparently they're AP1. So our elite dwarf has to make hits on a 4-up, defense rolls on a 4-up, 3 defense rolls on a 4-up. She makes 2 of them, but she takes 1 wound. So she only has 1 wound, so she rolls a wound check and is stunned. And Klara will move a little bit over here to stay with the ghouls. Stay with her only living servants at this point. She's basically going to have to tank everything herself at this point. Okay, so that's it. That is turn 2. Turn 3, probably. That is turn 3. So we need to score. There's nothing here to score. Klara can't score, cut them down. She can't score seize 6, and she can't score charge. So she can't score anything. She's not going to discard anything either, though. No, she's not. I'd be discarding one, hoping to get like hold 1 or something. At this point, it's pretty obvious that she's going to lose the game. It's just sort of a matter of how much damage she can do to the others. She has caused the Ortan Expedition to fail recovery. And she's failed mastery because she doesn't have 4 units to have in the right quadrants. The Ortan Expedition, however, is going to complete on the march for one more victory point. Now, let's see if I can remember who killed who. Ortan knocked out the, what's it called? The infantrymen. Skeletons on round 3. And then this one knocked out the ghoul. Who are you? Ethelwyd knocked out the ghoul. Knocked out ghoul 2 on round 3. And that is the only thing left for round 3. So round 4 will be the last round of the game. Let's see what damage Klara can do. So the first thing we're going to do, I think... We're going to activate Klara. She's going to charge to here. And before the fight occurs, she is going to cast the same spell that she did before. Or attempt to cast. She has to roll a bloody... Hang on. Hold on a second. Let's just get rid of the dice. First thing to do is random chance for Klara. And random chance for Ortan. Ooh, Ortan gets a random event. And that random event is 15. Campaign rules, random event. 15 out of arrows. Select 1d3 random units which can't shoot until the end of the mission. Oh no. That's actually really... 1. Okay. Random. So we've got 2 units that can shoot. This one and Ortan. So 1, 2, 3 for the Iron Warrior. 2. Okay, the Iron Warrior is unable to shoot. Okay, now the we need to draw a new objective for Ortan before we do anything else. 64. You don't have that already, do you? No, you don't. Executioner. Destroy one enemy model with the hero rule. Oh, shit. It's only worth 1. It's only worth 1 victory point, though. So it's fine. He's only going to walk away with 4 victory points. Now, Klara's going to cast... What was the spell? Deadly Gaze. So on a 4 up, he's probably dead. Oh my god. That's, yeah, just not gonna work for her. Alright, well, this one's dead. So we have charged something and taken out a unit in melee. And she is going to consolidate... back a bit so that he doesn't have line of sight of her. And... Ooh, she's going to be able to get shot at by the other guy. Oh, he doesn't have... She's going to move a little bit further because she didn't move the full 3 inches. And that will probably keep her out of range of Ortan. In fact, she's going to... I think that that's a little bit further away from him. because probably not enough. In any case, she has activated, and she has fought. Now, this guy, he knows what's coming for him. So he's just going to charge straight into the ghouls. He can't shoot them, so there's no point in trying that. So he's got one attack, I think. Yeah, one attack. Hitting on a 3. I'm going to save that last underdog point. And that doesn't hit. So they're going to attack back 6 times. Okay. So 2 hits. One was a 6. So that's 4 wounds he has to defend. Which he's defending on 2s. So he doesn't care. No problems for him at all. And they're the next activation, so we're just gonna get that out of the way and roll them again. They're only hitting on 6s. 1 hit. So that's 3 wounds he has to defend. He defends all of them. And he's going to attack back. He won't hit them because he only hits on 6s because we're looking at a second round of combat. So they'd be standing there. They have both gone and they have both fought. So they've all gone. Okay, the next thing... You're going to move the 8 inches to here. I think that was there. Just enough to take that objective. So the next move that can actually affect the game is Ortan is going to move 4 towards Klara. And now he's going to shoot Klara. He's not going to shoot Klara. He's too far away. So, that's him activated. We're not going to bother. I'm just going to hold her because she's the only one left to activate and the game is over. So this will change... this was a quick one, I guess. This will change ownership. I can't remember what happens with this one, but I don't think it really matters because Klara is going to score Cut Them Down. Hang on, and Cut Them Down. Let's just check. Cut Them Down is 53 and 52. 52 is charge. Destroy 1 enemy unit in melee. Cut Them Down. Destroy 1 enemy unit. Okay, they're the same. She's going to walk away with 1 victory point. Klara knocked out. The one that got knocked out. Who got knocked out? Althid. Klara knocked out Althid in round 4. Now, Ortan... The ghouls didn't get... That's it. All of the things got knocked out. They will... score Cs4, because they had Cs4 on the round. round 4, getting 1 thing, and they also win the game. So that gets them another 2 victory points for a total of 6 victory points. And yeah, there we have the winner. What are you doing? So we need to work out casualties. Casualties, which are all of these units. So wait, let's start for Athelwyd. How do you do? She recovers. In fact, unit recovers and earns 1 XP. What was the state? Natural talent. And everyone else survived. Let's do XP for them as well, because I'm just here and I can just do that. Ortan is going to get 3 XP. Ethelwyd will get 2 XP, and Athel will get 2 XP as well. Ghouls 1 survived. Klara survived. Klara gets at least 2 XP. The ghouls will get 1 XP. Now, the other ghoul unit, it gets a 6. The spearmen get a 1, so they're dead. And, oh, I forgot to roll. Oh, well. Morale. I could have rolled morale at the end of the turn. Okay, so the spearmen are dead. Skeletons are recovered. And the ghouls also got natural talent. What are you doing? Where are you? Natural talent. So they'll get 2 XP and the spearmen will get 1 XP. But the skeletons will not get back up. Looking at the skeletons, Vampire Lord Klara now has 4 XP. The spearman unit... Oop, I've done that the wrong way around. Spearman unit will come out of here. So they're out. Ghouls 1 get 1 XP for a total of 4 XP. Ghouls 2 will get 2 XP for a total of 3 XP, and the skeletons that survived will get 3 XP for a total of 4 XP. So still not seeing anyone leveling up there, but that is how the cookie crumbles. However, the number of points in Klara's list have gone to 170, and she will have mission failed, 30 new XP, and 1 victory point. So she's got 30 XP to potentially buy more skeletons. However, Ortan's team here, Ortan himself will level up with 7 experience total. Hildred gets 1 XP for a total of 3. Ethelwyd gets 2 XP for a total of 6. Alfred will get 2 XP for a total of 6. And The Iron Warrior Roshek will get 1 XP for a total of 6. So we've got 3 leveling up. So leveling up Ortan first. He needs to roll 1d6. 1. So captain or support. I get to choose captain or support. So in captain he can get leader. Friendly units within 3 gets +1 to morale. Investigator, friendly units within 3 get +1 to melee. Tactician, friendly units within 3 get +1 to shooting. So that could be cool. Support, Vanguard, friendly units within 3 get +6 to charge range. That is massive. Scavenger, friendly units within 3 get +6 to firing range. Mastermind, -1 to defense. Okay, let's roll on support. 1. Oh my god, that's massive. So he gains the Vanguard skill. Now, Hildred did not level up, but Ethelwyd did. So she needs to roll 1d6. 1. She gets Agile. And the last one to level up is Athelid, who gets Resilient. +1 to rolls when blocking when hit. Oh, wow. So that's actually really big. I do believe that all of those units now cost 5 XP more. 5 points more. So this is now 65. Now 25 and 25. So he's their point numbers go up to 80 points. Irrelevant. And yeah, they gained some pretty cool little abilities. Adding in the points for the game 3 win. Game 3 win. They get 10 points and 6 victory points. And they've failed recovery, so they've only got an extra... So I've got another 20 points to spend on new units if I want to. But looking at the leaderboard, updating the leaderboard, we see that the Ortan Expedition have taken the lead with 6.5 points, with a final score of 6.5. Oh no, hang on a second. That's not right. That isn't right at all. The Ortan Expedition have taken 2nd place, kicking Klara's Horde into 4th, with Chevelle's troop charging ahead with 6 victory points. Ortan following up with 4.3, followed by Litwin Scouts with 3.6, and Klara bringing up the rear with 3 points. Yeah, the way the victory points is works out, because they've all played different games, is a little bit brutal in that sense. But if you look at their raw victory points, because they have played the same number of games, you get the same results. So, going into the next game, the next mission, where we have another set of matchups. At this point, every warband has played every other warband. So we've got a couple of options as to how we want to do the last 2 missions. There are going to be 5 missions in this series. And it's possible that we will be seeing two more games with all warbands on the same table, or we might be seeing 3 more games with 2 warbands each for the first 2. But that final game, I am thinking about having 4 warbands on the same table to play that out. So that will be interesting. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.